Thanksgiving travel in the minds of millions of Americans this noontime, and be thankful a rail strike has thus far been averted. Otherwise, it could be far worse. ABC 6 News reporter Yanni Trigella is telling us today what you need to know if you're hitting the rails and how a potential strike, Yanni, could have and could still wreak havoc. Good afternoon.
Yeah, Casey. Well, today is the busiest travel day of the year, and that means that if you're driving, flying, or taking a train anywhere for Thanksgiving, you should give yourself some extra time. One Amtrak official I spoke with today saying you should plan to arrive to the train station about 45 minutes to an hour before your trip to ensure you're able to board. The busiest travel day of the year. Millions of Americans taking to the road, sky, and rails.
The Tuesday, Wednesday prior to Thanksgiving are our busiest days of the year for travel. The Sunday following Thanksgiving is our busiest after Thanksgiving.
Amtrak says holiday travel is up to nearly 80% of pre-pandemic levels. In anticipation of the busy weekend, the rail service adding extra staffing and trains to keep up with the demand. But that demand almost null, as rail unions delayed a nationwide strike earlier this month that would have shut down the train service right before the Thanksgiving holiday weekend.
Significantly dampen the economy because people wouldn't be able to ship goods across the country.
Eric Loomis, a labor expert and history professor at URI, talking to ABC 6 News of the potential detrimental strike, now pushed back to at least December 4th.
Everybody's going to be, who would be taking trains, is going to be needing to get in a car or a bus. And you're also going to see a lot more traffic on the roads due to the requirement of more trucking.
The problem? Paid sick leave, currently not included in any contracts for freight railroad workers.
So that's the issue. That's the sole and single issue here. It's not about the money. The money's fine.
And as a potentially historic railroad strike looms, the first in 30 years, the two sides continue to be at a standstill on a deal. But Loomis doesn't anticipate labor unions accepting a deal as we stand, but he also doesn't expect any strikes either, expecting Congress to step in to impose a labor contract.
They'd rather have Congress force them to take this deal than accept it themselves, because they don't like the deal. They realize this might be the best deal that they're going to get, but they don't want to accept it because they don't think of it as a good deal.
And I also asked Amtrak about the potential impacts on Amtrak service here in Rhode Island if unions were to go on strike, asking if you could potentially see Amtrak service come to a halt. Amtrak declined to comment. In the newsroom, Yanni Trigella, ABC 6 News.
All right.